We back at T, the Book of TV, the star for the star now. For this video, we will be decoding Blade Runner 2049. This movie previously came out in 2017. I didn't get a chance to watch it back then, so when it just released on, I was gonna say on YouTube, funny, on Netflix, I just had a chance to take a look at it, and it's very interesting. It has a very interesting concept of what they expect the future to be. Say, hold on, what you mean? What they expected the future to be? It's just a movie. Every book, game, and movie is an illustration of what is to come in the future, the deep future. We already living in the modern day future. In this movie right here, Blade Runner 2049. So if we just take it's 2022 now, so they're saying in 27 more years, certain things of this nature will be going on in the world. You say, what is those type of things? A lot actually, just so happenly, this movie just made #1 in the top 10 movies on Netflix right now. So this goes to show you what type of climate the world is already going when this movie came out in 2017 and just was reintroduced to the public, and now it's basically gone to #1 on Netflix, which we know billions of people or millions of people watch Netflix. Let's see. We're not gonna get into the concept of the movie as far as what he was doing, why he was doing it, and all this other mumbo jumbo. What we is gonna get to is that at the beginning of the movie, he was going to apprehend a fugitive, somebody that they wanted to retire, and it was Batista playing this person. And when he went to retire him, it was certain things that was said to the other gentleman that the other gentleman couldn't understand from the perspective of the world that he was currently in. So what he say? He said, "You've never seen miracles before." So hold on, I ain't never seen a miracle. Well, I ain't here to say you have seen it. I ain't here to say we ain't seen miracles. What I am here to say is that the miracle was that I'm sure though. Better not tell you. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh no. There we go.
Can't you turn it sideways?
I don't know. There. Now this picture look a little better. This is what the future look like right here. Does it look like any miracle gonna be happening anytime soon on this planet, aka Earth? Well, this is what they call future California, or no matter of fact, they call it the Greater California. What did Trump say? Let's make America great again. And guess what? When Trump get back in office, this next election coming up, since he back in office running again against Biden, guess what he gonna be saying? Let's make America greater. We're not gonna make America great. Let's make America greater now. Mark my words. The miracle was that Batista, in the area that he lived in, the greater Los Angeles, he had was a farmer. You say, dang, what they farming? Look at this. What animals alive anymore? No animals was alive, no trees, nothing. The world was dead. The world is dying. This is why they say the US supply is running low. The world is dying. Know why? Because they taking us into the future where it ain't gonna be shit. And if this retarded ass phone stop. I hate that. Fuck. As they take us into the future and as they continue to exploit and kill off all of the resources and animals and all of our agriculture and all of the natural resources that actually make the earth sustainable as far as with regular humans. This is why I say in this time right here, they didn't even call these people human anymore. They called them synthetics. They called them different generations of models. They said, "Oh, you one of the old models." So Batista been living there since the year 2020 in this movie. So the area that he was in, he had been living there way before the greater Los Angeles came. But what's great about this? Well, it ain't nothing around for anything. Look at this. Ain't nothing greater about this. But this is the manipulation that they're gonna put in front of us. That there's not gonna be any other way to go besides into the metaverse. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Oh, why am I writing something? Let's see. Oh, there you go, right here. Oh, which one should I get? I guess I get this one. Get this one. Oh, there we go. This was his, let's say, his assistant. This was his assistant, aka girlfriend, aka jack off instruction, aka accomplice, aka AI. This was a lot of AKAs. And then guess what? It's no AKAs. Know why? Because AI is the all of everything. AI can transform into anything at any point in time because it knows everything at any point of time. And this is what a lot of us don't understand right now. And this is why I say a lot of these different situations that's going on within social media are data collection. And they're going to be giving our data to the AI, the synthetics, people like this, so they will be able intellectual stuttered. I was talking about the AI and how that woman that he had was his synthetic version of a girlfriend, an assistant, an accomplice, and somebody. Basically, this was his walking around Google. So just no, this is what we said it was when we was watching it actually. It was his, just a picture, your social media, and now your social media has an avatar. So now you and your social media can walk around together whenever, and your social media is always with you. And an avatar that you created for your social media. This is what they have in games now, where you get to create your own My Player, where you get to create your own character, and then you go and do the story mode with. So this is what they already getting us prepared to be able to do on a more virtual perspective in a physical virtual world. Hold on, a physical virtual world. Once you get inside the game and start playing it, ain't it physical? I ain't gonna speak on other than no more. I ain't need to. Cause if it wasn't, then you wouldn't be able to play the fucking game. Here she go again. This is when first she was, oh man, see, this is what they did not, that's what they ain't telling us. Just like I said with our social medias, and we can't make an avatar or a My Player for our Instagrams, our Snap. Well, we can't make it for Snapchat now, actually. So they're already gradually getting us up into the point where they're going to take the avatar out of social media, and the social media is going to be in the avatar. Man, y'all ain't on my level. On this movie, the same woman right here, which I said she is AI, but his girlfriend, his Joy, whatever y'all want to call it, his assistant, his Google, she was attached to let's say an Ethernet cord, or she was attached to a um, Wi-Fi connection in his house. But it came to a point where he started to wake up, as they say, and started to realize more things. So she wanted to, let's say, quote unquote, run off with him. So what did he do? He disconnected her from the Wi-Fi and made her into something more portable, but which is but where she could pop up on him at any time and let's say manipulate different technological things that's already in the world, because everything is already technology based in the year 2049. So as time, so after she did that, after he disconnected her from the system, she wanted to go outside. This is what I said. We're gonna be in a physical, virtual world. When he took her outside, it was as if she was no longer a artificial being anymore. She was more physical like. She still had a hologram like body, but her physical aura was more, I don't know how the word, it was more vibrant. You may not understand the things that they want to do in the future, and this is why they put them like this in certain movies, to not only to throw off a lot of people, but then to have only a small amount of people try to articulate something that ain't here yet. So he was a Blade Runner. This is what they call a Blade Runner. So basically, I thought somebody to go around and slit people's throat for the people that tell him to. That's all he did. He just run a blade around. Even though he didn't use the blade, he used a gun to shoot people. But he was basically the hitman for the future government or future police, and anybody that they wanted retired or anything like that, then they would come and in return take you back. And they never got to take anybody back, so we never got to see the process of what it looked like. Only thing they were doing is killing people at the end of the day. So I guess nobody never wanted to be retired, so we never got to understand what retired meant. That could have been something worse than actually being dead. They probably could have just had you in a frozen state, like until they wanted to use you again. Knew I had something. Oh, yeah, we could do that. That's what I want to see. That's what we need to see. We need to see the main dude that was playing God, that had his whole consciousness. He was the soul being of AI. And I think in that movie they was portraying that this dude had been consumed by AI, not as far as, I guess it was both. It's as if it's just like technology and where technology is going now. We know who's taking technology to the extents that it's going now. So if something in returns happens and that same thing turns on them and consumes them, it kind of like 50-50, they met each other halfway to goddamn complete this goal that they was doing, which is y'all trying to create something that shouldn't be created because it's already here. So you're trying to recreate something that we already all a part of, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. They can't have any of these things without micro and macro, or without having to recreate something that's already going on within the world. So they same thing with these metaverses and all of these futuristic things. This is already stuff. Anybody can close your eyes, and if you envision a certain type of woman, you can see her behind your eyelids. But now they're gonna take everything. This is why I said they're gonna take our mind, they're gonna take our imagination and put it in front of us. This is what the future is gonna be, and people ain't been able to have that creative ability to express their imagination. So when this future comes, it's gonna let people, when the beginning of this shit, so they don't tell you how good it looked at the beginning. They just tell you in the middle or at the end of why the shit already fucked up. And they ain't gonna tell you that, because they already leading our ass up into that. As we can see, that girl was with him a lot through the movie, and he basically, once he disconnected her from the house and then they went on a run together, he basically had to put her onto a hard drive of some type of thing where he could press a button and she could pop up whenever. And the whole thing that he was saying that he didn't want to do it because if that thing got destroyed, then she would get destroyed. But then guess what she said? Well, it would make me more human-like then. Everything wants to be human, and this is the thing with the synthetics. They had no soul. This is what they clearly said in the movie, that nobody or none of the people had souls, so they didn't have any moral direction to follow. So the only thing they could follow is the same systematic way of living, just like now. This is why we see a lot of people that just walk around and seemingly don't actually know what's really going on. Not saying we all have souls at this point, but they're tricking everybody into losing that connection that your soul has to this planet. And once you lose that connection, it ain't no going back from the original place we came from, of how we got here. Where is this nugget head ass dude at? Here we go, dude. Dude right here. This is the 2049 Jesus. But they got a more clearer picture of him, a little better one. I don't even know that dude. Oh, Deckard. Was it Deckard? Oh hell no! This was the original one. That shit was old. And the whole gist of the movie was that by the time the cop, which was the original Blade Runner, which was the star character, once he figured out the scheme or figured out where he actually came from, then you already know the story. Then the action started. Then he tried to go on this whole dramatic trip to goddamn save the day and all this other mumbo jumbo. But the whole thing is, it was all over a pregnancy, a girl, because one of these people, like I said, everybody was synthetic. So while being synthetic, the whole world was sterile. So what have they created now? They have just created the male birth control. They already have the woman birth control, 36,000 different types. And now they got a male birth control. So then what if 5 or 10 years later, then all the people, all the men that indulge in that male birth control become sterile and they're no longer able to reproduce? This is what's going to fuel us to go into the future, and it's going to fuel them to need what? Synthetic versions of people. They don't want us to be able to have our own collective thought as a whole anymore. They want us to be on a blockchain where a certain amount of people doing this thing, a certain amount of people doing this thing. This is what the world is already. This is why I say it's why we already living in the future. It's been real. TV Let's Style for the Star Now, and we out.